Hi, this is Suzanne Wachtel, and today's podcast is going to be about friendship. Why is friendship so important from little children to adults, long-term friends, short-term friends, work friends, hobby friends, social friends, couple friends? Friends are a super, I believe, very important part of our lives. So my whole life I moved around quite a bit. During my childhood, I went to about 8 or 9 different schools in different countries. And I learned there the very important lesson of finding your tribe. When I would get to a new school, let's say it was Madrid or Ibiza, London, Philadelphia, I would try to look at the culture of the kids and really assess their style, their culture, what made them happy, what you kind of needed to do to fit in. That is kind of like the imposter syndrome, but when you're young, all you want to do really is fit in. And by doing that, joining a team, finding like-minded people, you often can find a friend or two. Now, I was very lucky. I happened to be a very friendly person, very outgoing, and very nice. I'm a bit of a pleaser. So once I would get to a new place, even when I moved here to Florida about 11 years ago, I moved to Boca. Of course, I had heard very interesting things about the Boca Babes and all that nonsense. And to be honest, either I am just so jaded, but I've never really met a Boca Babe. And if I did, I never met a Boca Babe that I didn't really like. I moved here really not knowing anyone. I had a couple relatives, my mother-in-law and my uncle, and 1 or 2 old friends that lived here. And I was starting my practice over again. And so I took it slow. I scoped the area. I really was attracted to yoga and spirituality and the nature. When I moved here, the nature just really blew me away. The gorgeous blue skies, the sunsets, even going to the beach at night and just looking up at those stunning stars staring back at you. Going to yoga repetitively, I started to see the same, people taking similar classes. I tried many studios, many teachers, until I found Yoga Journey, which felt to me and became my home. I loved a few of the teachers. I really enjoyed their classes, and I found it to be very, very healing. Lo and behold, while I was making friends and starting to get social and being invited to events, even to participate in events, because I love to do that, I got involved with a group of women, Nina Marco and Marianne Freed, and we took women on trips, just like the Goddess Getaway, but we went to Exuma, Bahamas, and there was boating and all of that involved, the same that we do more or less at the Goddess Getaway, and people just get so close. So I had the good fortune to really tap into a community of smart, kind, high-energy women here in Florida that are looking also to connect with other women on a deep level. They're looking for peace and harmony in their lives, and they're looking for healing and empowerment. So I feel like for the first time in my life, believe it or not, and I've lived all over the world, from Spain, Madrid, Ibiza, born in France, lived in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. I feel like Florida is home. And I have met so many like-minded people that it blows me away. It's so exciting to meet new people that you relate to, that you have things in common with. I got very involved in Kundalini, which is a form of spiritual yoga, I would say. It's a very old yoga with a lot of breath work and soul and meditation and kind of visualizing the things you want to attract into your life, clearing your energy, building positive energy. It's just wonderful. I love it. I really love it. And there's so many studios here now that have it. And I'm meeting also women that are really into it. So it's just, one thing leads to another. Now, on the flip note, I did live all over the world. My mom was a bit of a gypsy, as I've told you in other podcasts. And I had to quickly learn the skills to show up as a new kid, scope the area, and figure out who were my people. And then I had to, a little bit, when I was younger, be more of a adapter, like a poser, to try to fit in. Like if they liked certain things, then I learned to like certain things. If they were playing jacks or they were playing, jump rope, I got into it. So that was my way of fitting in. And I never strove to be popular, but I guess because I'm friendly and I have very nice energy, I always became popular. People liked me, wanted to be with me. And through the years of my life, I've accumulated a really long list of girlfriends. I have two wonderful sisters that live in Philadelphia. They're a little younger than me, and unfortunately I only lived in Philly for 2 years, from the ages of 14 to 16. But I do love them both. They're younger, and when we get together, it's really heartwarming. And I love being with my sisters, Jen and Danielle, and their Jennifer's daughters, Leah and Sophia, are terrific. So that's one thing. But the friends that I've accumulated from the time I was, I would say, 14, and I'm 67, I have about 5 or 6 of them. I have Gia, I have Vicky, I have Shelly, I have Renee, I have Lois, Raina, I have my cousin Lisa. I have a lot of people that I connected with at a very young age, say 17, 18, 16. And to this day, at 67, more than 50 years ago, we may go weeks or months or quite a while without speaking. And the beauty is they are a witness to your experience in your life. So even if today I'm at a different stage, I just went with my friend Gia, who I know since I'm 17. She was 18. We have so much to talk about. We have been through so much together. We went through 2 marriages together, 2 divorces together, birthing and raising our children together. Our husbands now are really good friends. In fact, they introduced me to my current husband of 41 years, which is kind of crazy. And, there's nothing like family, but, not all family is as user-friendly. But when you do meet people that you click with and you feel comfortable and you have that beautiful connection where you don't even have to talk when you're together, you just know that you love each other, you understand each other, and you just feel like you're with your tribe when you're together. Those are the old friends that I really love. Like even Renee, I could go months without speaking to her. She picks up the phone like yesterday. Shelly as well. And with that, whatever ups and downs we all go through in life, between the children, the grandchildren, finances, life is challenging. Let's face it. It really is. And as we're getting older, I'm 67, it doesn't get easier. The children become more problematic as they're growing, and then they have children, and they have relationships, and and then there's challenges of health and finances, and you name it. I mean, as a therapist, I deal with all of those things. People come in with a myriad of issues that they're trying to work through to enjoy their life and find peace and happiness and joy. So I just want to tell you that, to me, when people come to me that just moved here to Florida to my practice, my goal, especially the women and the men, is to help navigate them to be able to meet like-minded people that they can relate to, that they have things in common with, that they feel that they've known for a very long time. You know, when you meet someone and you click and you feel like, oh my God, I met someone from my planet. That's a beautiful feeling. And then you're included in events and you're included to do things. And even if you choose not to, it's just nice to belong. Now, in some of the groups, especially down here in the club settings, and I'm not being negative at all about it, I think they have wonderful positives. But sometimes people that move to the clubs, you know, like a Broken Sound or Boca West, etc., Polo, the people become very kind of lazy and they don't leave the gates. They do all their social there, they do their card playing there, their dinners there, their events there. And as convenient and lovely as that is, I feel like if you do live in a community, it's important to leave the gates and find outside things and outside friends, because it can be very incestuous, not literally obviously, but you know, people start talking about one another and that can be challenging. So I recommend, you know, joining something you're interested, take a course at FAU, take a yoga class, join the JCC, join a Pilates place, take an art class, if, you know, whatever it is that you're interested in. And try to meet one or two people that are, you know, really that you connect with. It makes such a difference. It takes your life from being lonely and empty to full and fulfilling, rewarding, and amazing. So I guess you understand that I love friendships. And listen, as we get older, sometimes we shed people that we've outgrown, and we just don't feel joy when we're with them. You know, we've outgrown them. So we don't have to break up with them, but we have to move forward and bring into our lives people that are kind of on our frequency so that we can enjoy and leave that. The way you could tell, this something I'm going to end with. You can tell a toxic encounter and a healthy encounter by this way. When you meet someone and they're a healthy person, you leave that meeting feeling uplifted, confident, good about yourself, just feeling like you're at the top of the world. But when you leave an encounter, it could be in a store, it could be at a lunch date, it could be at a mahjong table, and you feel ooey. It's a funny word, but it describes it. Ooey means that you just feel like, did you say the wrong thing? Are you in trouble now? Is somebody mad at you? Do you have a boogie in your nose? You know, do you have bad breath? Like you just feel leaving the encounter feeling crappy. So that is your intuitive way to recognize a toxic person, someone that just doesn't vibe with your energy. But the flip side is when you leave an encounter, it could be even just checking out at a store, and she smiles and you smile at her and you leave feeling uplifted and joyful. That is what we're looking for. That is the joyful, healthy encounters that we are looking for. There's a book called Toxic People that I always recommend to patients that are constantly getting involved with people that are negative and bad energy. And it's very important to identify who toxic people are, the types, and to try to avoid them, because life is short and we don't need to bring toxic people into our lives. In fact, we'd like to eliminate them as much as possible and surround ourselves with either our own energy, being alone and enjoying our own time, and then meeting women that are fulfilling and healthy. Actually, at the Goddess Getaways, that's where a lot of women really get to have the time and experience to meet like-minded women. And usually you come there with maybe one friend and you leave with usually about 10 to 13. And when I say friend, I don't use the word lightly. We open up, you experience so many interesting things together that by the time you leave 3-4 days, you feel like an old friend, somebody that you want to stay connected to. So on that note, I'm going to let you go and try to think of some things you'd like to do and meet people doing. Taking a class, coming to the getaway, going to yoga, but also the events at yoga. People are talking more and engaging more when you don't just go to class, like you take a seminar or a workshop, or you go to like a circle. Those are great. There's so many in Boca. Just look them up. And if you need my help, always I'm here to help and guide and offer ideas. My number, as you know, is 631-525-3646. Have a beautiful day, and hopefully you will make a wonderful friend. I just made a new friend, Emma Shea. My husband started playing music with her husband, and they got to the point where they wanted the wives to meet, and I'm dreading it, thinking, oh no, but it'll be fine. Well, not only did I love her, she is just one of the most delicious people. She is smart. She was a ballet dancer. Now she's a court reporter. We don't stop talking. They have to drag us apart. It's the funniest thing. So you never know where you're going to meet your next dear friend. But believe me, they're out there, and it's so worth taking the energy and time to discover them. All right, everyone. I hope you make a friend. Now get out there and go do that, okay? That's an order. Take care. Have a great night. Bye.